Hello everyone, my name is Battlesy. Welcome to an amazing video. This is Nagash. It is finally out. The people involved have done a fantastic, amazing job. There's so many custom animations, so many custom units in this specific mod. They have done a great job, and I'm very excited to play it in Warhammer 3 when they import it. But let's jump into the campaign, shall we? So when you load in, you start near Nagash, which makes sense. And you also are a husk of your former self. You need to be reborn once again to recoup your true power. So there's like a bit of an MMO RPG kind of element to it. You know, you've got to complete some tasks to then become, the insane raw power that Nagash can have. He is insanely powerful in this mod, and it's so fun to play. But what we start off with is the Nagash guards, which are very effective, potent melee fighters in the early stages of the game. One thing that Tomb Kings generally suffered with was early game damage with their melee units, but these guys well and truly take the cake and do an amazing job alongside the bone golems. So let's go through the list of units, shall we? You got spirit hosts, which are very support-esque because they can reduce the speed of units, and we have bone throwers, which is obviously a tabletop unit, which is awesome when all the vampires, Tomb Kings, and things was combined into one. These guys are really, really, really effective in the Tomb King roster, if I'm honest. It's a tier 1 unit, and these guys are incredible. So basically similar to that of the Eagle Bolt Thrower for the High Elves. And we've also got access to the Bone Golems. They look so incredible in battle, and I'm excited to show them off. But once again, these guys are very potent melee fighters. Imagine kind of like a similar to an Ogre Ball kind of effectiveness with melee damage, but armored and shielded. You obviously got the Nagash guards. These are the halberd variant, which are very good. You can use these for a very long period of time. You also have the normal ones as well. You've got glowing ghouls, which are very, very potent as another utility unit. And obviously they're ethereal. Well, a little bit ethereal because they've got 30% physical resistance here, but very strong with Frenzy coming in there, and they obviously can reduce damage with the Warpstone weakness by roughly 15%, and also reducing the melee attack of the unit. So they'll probably reduce the overall damage of a unit by like 20%. So it's good to have at least one in there. And the Morghasts, oh my goodness, these guys look incredible. They are a very, very powerful unit. These guys obviously an officer to Nagash, and they're incredible. Their unit model looks so good. And the same for the Morghast Archi. If I butcher names, I apologize. But these guys are really sick as well. And obviously, we've got access to the Necropolis Knights as well in this tree, and the Stalkers as well as the Horsemen. The way that they've done it with the Chariots, they have 12 entities, and they're insanely good at killing backline units. I think one of the very first battles I used these guys, I got over like 300 kills with one of them. And we got the Archers as well, which are the same, but they can do range fire. And we've obviously got the Screaming Skull Catapults. But if I'm honest with you, the only real reason you'd use them is for the take cover, for the minus leadership. But the Bolt Throwers, the Bone Throwers are amazing. So you don't really need them until very later on. Obviously, we've got the Lich Priest with magic here. We've obviously got the Undeath, allowing us to have the School of Magics of all the Undeath. We'll go into that in a second. We've got the Karen Riders, the Hex Race, the Spell Spectres, and all that kind of stuff. We've got Mortis Engines, so Nagash reminds me, this specific mod reminds me of what Archon should have been, right? Archon should have access to all of what we have access to here, and be like a very hybrid Vampire Tomb King roster, and it makes perfect sense, because everything here complements each other. And you got the Necrofinks and whatnot. And you've got the amazing Bone Giants as well. These guys are super cool. But one of the main things is, Nagash is actually a Horde as well on top of that one. So this is his Husk form, so it's not quite yet there at his overpowered form. But this is the beginning buildings you can build towards. As you can see here, very, very awesome. That is the specific roster. Nagash has now regained his true power, and you can see this is his building tree instead of the previous one, and you have access to pretty much everything. And I love the fact that they've made this into a pyramid. And I'm not going to show you what this hovers over, so make sure to download the mod and check this out for yourself, because it's brilliant. What? Let's talk about the tech tree, shall we? So what you can do is you can gain Archon the Black, you can gain Luther Harkon, you can gain Manfred von Karstein, you can get Krell, you can get Nefarta, and you can get Vlad von Karstein. And what you need to do is gain Warpstone to effectively recruit them, and your main capital, so you want to make sure to keep it safe. You gain access to mining warpstone at a tier 2, so you always want to make sure to upgrade that to get yourself access to a 20% chance to get warpstone. But let's jump back into it. So effectively, what it always does is if you recruit one of these guys with the warpstone, you then can increase their melee potency by, generally speaking, within these trees, alongside of having additional bonuses towards these specific heroes, which are incredible. You get access to Immortal at 11. You can see that you get so many cool units here. You know, upkeep reduction in the specific buildings that you need access to. For example, within Khemri, this is obviously what does that. And then within Drakenhof, this is what does all this. So the respective place that you go and fight, you gain the respective buffs for the specific units, as well as if you capture specific settlements like this, you can access to basically unique buffs that would only be applicable to when you take the settlements. But you're going to have to do a lot of fighting because things, as it says, this location is going to be attacked, so you've got to be careful and make sure you have some really strong stuff there. For example, with this one, Nagash, you gain Frenzy for Grave Guards, Sundering Attacks for Nagash Guards, which is insane, Poison Sacks for Tomb Guards as well, which is honestly incredible. But this place will be attacked, so you've got to be really careful about that. This is currently on Legendary, but because I'm doing a Legendary run on stream, so if you're interested, check out my stream in the description. We'll be streaming it in a couple of hours from this video release. So yeah, back to the tech tree, which is fundamentally, there's a couple ways that you can win. You can go to the final step, which is here. But main takeaway is warpstone equal good, and then you can buff up stuff appropriately. Your economy does suffer a little bit, so I would be a little bit cautious getting these straight away. So if you're looking for maximum fun, play lower difficulties, play easy, you know. If anyone says you're a noob for playing on easy, who cares? All that matters when you're playing a game is your enjoyment. And playing on low difficulties would allow you to then recruit loads of these guys and just absolutely be a menace to the world. So that's the tech trees. Let's have a look at the rights here, down here. So you gain Dominion over the Winds, which gives you the Wrath of the Gods. Endless Tomb, which is a structure, well, a construct of a tomb that spawns rampaging skeletons, which is incredible. And also these guys that are awesome buffs inside of battle. Dominion over Death as well reduces the upkeep of all your units and give you an army and increases the recruit rank. And this is a one main factor. Dominion of Nagash, you need to make sure to keep doing this to then build settlements up, because you'll often find that, as you can see here, it says this settlement cannot grow on its own. Top left there. You need to use that specific right to then make sure you can grow stuff. Also, you got Dominion over Divinity, which is replenishment for everything, corruption for the entire world and more building monies. And also, you've got Dominion over Life, enables attrition for this army, local enemy armies, and also adds walls there, which is super useful. But that's the rights. Nagash is now powered up, and he's gaining access to some insane Winds of Magic spells. As you can see here, there is just so many amazing units that I can spawn as well. Crypt Horrors, I can spawn Hex Wraiths. You know, I can spawn a White King, Lich Priest, and Fleet Captain mounted on a War Sphinx. There is just so many amazing things that I have access to now, and we are well and truly Death Magic incarnate, ready to go, murdering all of these poor dwarfs that you can see in front of me. So let's slaughter these poor dwarfs. Let's inspect some of these models, shall we? These are the bone golems, looking absolutely awesome. And the big cheese himself, Nagash. Nagash was weak. Maybe not, folks. Maybe he's not so weak. My goodness, he looks awesome. And also, we've got his trusty general by his side as well. You can see these are the... what are these folks again? The Nagash Guards. These are the halberd variants. Honestly, the models all look incredible. These are the bolt throwers laying down death. These are the carrion riders, I believe. Yeah, looking incredible. There are so many custom things in here that looks just downright bonkers. And also, we've got some insane amounts of spells access to here. It is honestly madness, the amount of stuff we have. So let's just go ahead and just send Nagash in. What we'll do, the Hand of Dust. Let's see how this performs, shall we? This causes massive magical damage in a 50-meter radius. Let us see how we do, shall we? So this is the poor general that we see in front of us, 50 meters. We're about to cast it. Oh my goodness, sorry about that. Let's just keep him still here, shall we? Let us keep him chilling here. We've got loads of Winds of Magics. We've got 152 available to us. Let's get the Tomb Scorpion a little bit back, shall we? Let's just make sure we're shooting everything. These poor dwarves have no idea what's coming to them. But yeah, Nagash is just sort of chilling here. Let's overcast this as well. We just summoned a Necrosphinx. This is the Steed of Kandarak. Look, all the boys are on top of it as well. That's amazing. Let's buff up Nagash as well. Do you know what we'll do? We'll send death upon these folks. Let's have a little look, check out this animation. This is the beginning cast that you get access to. Ride my noble dogs. Oh my goodness, just slaughtering these poor dudes. God, the Dowie are not happy, folks. The Dowie are not happy. Do you know what we'll do? Let's get some Crypt Horrors out as well. Let's pull out some Crypt Horrors, shall we, folks? There we go. Got a Crypt Horror, some zombies as well to protect us. You know, let's make sure to be the Necromancer that we know we are. You know, we're a Necromancer, first and foremost. And look at these Bone Golems, not giving a damn. Let's support them real quick. They're holding the line like crazy here. And then let's go back to Nagash. We're waiting until we can do the spell again to get access to the Hex Race. You know, the Crypt Horrors are just going and beating things up. But you really well and truly feel like you are the most powerful Necromancer, just spawning these insanely amazing units. You know, it is such a good feeling. And as well, we've got some just absolutely bonkers units as well. Just Hex Race coming out now. We've got the War Sphinx still hanging out, murdering things. And my goodness. Let's get this down as well. Let's heal everybody up. Make everyone unbreakable around here. What, you're trying to crumble and you're a summoned unit? Not today, you're not. Not today. And also, this animation here, it does damage and also heals your units too. It looks incredible. And let me get a little cutscene here. Look at this. Now this is Nagash. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nagash here, folks. Oh my god, does it look good. Just this in the background. I absolutely love it. Do not shame your ancestors, they say, but unfortunately, folks, there's not really much you can do about this. Shaming the ancestors is unfortunately what you're going to have to do here, because Nagash has come to murder you all. And unfortunately, there is not really all that much you can do. So yeah, the Nagashazar guards here just absolutely slaughtering the dwarves. Yeah, they look all incredible. Honestly, they've done such an amazing job with the animations and the models and all sorts. Let's have a little peek here at this guy as well. Let's send him in. We've got abilities on him, but look how good he looks. He's an anti-large, armored, armor-piercing, melee expert. Look at those stats. Although he is leveled up a little bit, keep in mind. Let's get him in there. Let us support Nagash. Nagash is just chilling here because we have regeneration as well. We have a little bit of everything. And we have insane amounts of buffs. We've got the Great Blade of Death wielded right now, so we're healing in melee as well. Do you know what? We'll pop the Black Armor of Nagash to give us 50% ward save too, while we are murdering these guys. Do you know what? I feel like these guys want to be introduced to some Hex Race, because these Hex Race have really good armor piercing. So let's just chuck these down again. And what we'll do is we'll chuck the Staff of Power down, get ourselves some more Winds of Magics, and do what we're going to do. And let's just keep murdering these poor, poor Thanes. Sorry, folks. Oh, do you know what? We'll use the Gaze Nagash. Who fancies a Gaze Nagash to the face? How about you? Let's see if the Gaze Nagash gets off here. But honestly, it is incredible. They've done such an amazing job with this. But that is the TLDR. You are an insanely powerful Necromancer. You have the perfect hybrid of all units you need. And my goodness, is this fun. Ladies and gentlemen, put in the comments if you have played the mod and how are you enjoying it. Because my goodness, it is an amazing game. I have had so much fun playing this mod on stream. Make sure to check it out and let me know if you are, let me know if you have played it and checked it out. Let me just cast this spell down because honestly, this spell is so amazing. It just looks incredible and they've done such a cool job with animations. And at some points, they do chase units. My goodness, it's terrifying. Nagash was not weak. He is downright powerful. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check this mod out. Link in the description. Thank you so much.